Hi, everybody. I'm live. Hey, it's so good to be back with you guys. It's been a while since I've done a Kathy's Corner, so here is another episode of Kathy's Corner. Um, I had a few things to talk about today, so let's get started. Um, this has really been quite a good day, actually. WD Livestream, thank you guys. Thank you to Wayne and Dave. I love you both. They are so good. And our mods on WD Livestream are probably um, Granny and Hilly, Boost, Tater. If you've been watching our live stream, you've seen where we've been watching the Popo volcano and Etna, and Tater's been watching and running away from the eruptions. And that was a wonderful idea that Dave came up with and put on there for our entertainment. And also, we this afternoon, after the president spoke, we kind of talked about it a little bit. And, so, well, now what are we going to live stream? And it was toss up on, well, should we go back to Oroville? Do we want to try Yellowstone because the counts have been going down quite a bit? And I just kind of said, well, let's do something exciting. I said, the Bears. And before I knew it, there's the Bears at Brooks Falls again. And I think they are very entertaining. And today there's one there. I call him the sitter. He goes out to the edge of the falls and he just sits down and he waits for the fish to jump up and into his mouth, you know. And so he got one. He got a really big one, and it was just as red salmon as it could be. And they kind of go off to themselves and they'll eat their fish. They're stripping the meat off of the bone, and the birds, the seagulls, come around because they're going to wait from the scraps and anything that they might can pick up. And then the one beside him, oh, he's a big guy. He's a really big one, but he wouldn't sit down. He is standing, and he's waiting for the fish to come up. So he's getting him some, and then he goes off, to the side. Well, the sitter decided to come and sit on the edge of the falls, and the other one went around to the side, and he is approaching the falls from the bottom side. And the stream is just full of salmon. I mean, you probably couldn't even walk through there very comfortably without hitting a fish. So Book Falls is always a favorite of mine, and especially other people. I mean, even the ladies like Brook Falls. Today I'm wearing a hat. I like to wear hats. I have a quite a collection of hats actually from Walmart. If you'll go back to the Walmart section, I don't know if everybody does this, but uh, after they start getting, if they've sold a lot of their hats out, they'll mark them down to a very affordable price. Trust me, if I bought it, it's an affordable price. So this is a Walmart special. It has bows on the side, and I have some that you'll be seeing them. I'll show off my hats to you. And today are the red spectacles. I have to have these to see clearly. Okay. Um, Wanted to mention today we live streamed President Trump at the American Veterans Convention today in Kentucky, and it was a very good speech. I watched him on the White House lawn answering questions before he went into Marine One to go down to the convention. Um, his answers were clear, they were definite. He's confident, he's very sure of himself and what it is that he wants for America and how we are approaching some of the things that are happening around the world. One thing he wanted to make clear, and he said it 2 or 3 times today, was that we have had a victorious campaign against ISIS. We have captured many ISIS members that are being held at Guantanamo Bay, which, I kind of thought Gitmo was just about pretty well close to being closed. But I guess when this came about, they had to be kept somewhere. And so they have been at Gitmo Bay, and come to find out that a lot of these ISIS members are from Germany. Um, they are from European countries. I think that if you're like me, you would have thought that they were probably of the Mideastern um, descent, but they may have citizenship in other countries. Excuse my hand here. Okay. The moving mirror, as I call it. Um, and so, and he wants to return these ISIS members back to their countries of citizenship and let those countries deal with them. Uh, we had to put an end to it, and I think now it's time for those countries to take them back. There might have been something said, like in the belief that they don't want them back. Um, but we want them to want them back. I don't think it should all be left up to America. Uh, I mean, we went in, we got them, and we've stopped them, and they are captured, and they're not on the loose anymore, killing people. So I don't think it's up to the American citizens to pay for their upkeep. I say let their perspective uh, countries take them back and deal with them there. Uh, I just don't think that we have to do it all. I think President Trump is using a lot of wisdom with what he has decided to do and what he is in the process of doing. The convention went very well. He spoke very highly of the veterans of the United States through all wars. He made mention that there is a new uniform coming out for our soldiers, one that is not only that will look good on them, but I think it will be protective to the person inside them. And he did say that that's the most important thing about this, is that the person inside will be um, kept as safe and comfortable as possible. He also, to our all of our surprise, has passed a bill before ever getting to the convention. They had a desk set up there for the final signing of a bill that would relieve all veterans of their school loans. There would be no more loan or debt for them to pay back, nor any state tax on top of that for them to pay back. This is, if you've ever gone to school and you've ever had a school loan, this is something that will be wonderful for them and their families, um, to be relieved of the debt of their school loan. I think that's a very um, wonderful thing for him to do for the veterans. And also, he let us all know that Johnson & Johnson has made an inhaler that is very beneficial through all clinical trials. And this inhaler, he suggested it be given free to all vets, um, maybe who go through PTSD, or who may be contemplating suicide, that it helps to relieve that perhaps that imbalance that would help prevent us from having 21 suicide of American veterans a day. I keep up with some of the veteran news. I had been, and now I've been in studying the words so much, but it has gone and grown up to a number of around 21 suicides from American veterans per day. I don't think that this is something that we can just ignore. I think this is something that every American should be aware of, that the soldiers who fight for our freedom and to keep us safe across the face of the earth, um, are needing help, and I understand that. I've heard maybe a couple of stories of people who have just suffered from PTSD, and it is something that um, the the average American, we don't hear about every day. Some of these stories, and sometimes I heard one that I will never forget, and so I can just imagine how the veteran that has seen it for themselves must feel, um, having to live with memories every day, um, and some of them are very uncomfortable memories to have to live with. So Johnson has a product, and it is an inhaler. And if you have a veteran, and if you love a veteran, please be sure that this news gets out to them, and it may be something that will um, bring back their quality of life. And if the president can get it done like he thinks it's going to be, he is suggesting that it will be um, a free product to all American vets that are in need of it. And trust me, with some of the things that I was researching for the veterans today, I think it is something that needs to be looked into. So please bring that up to your vet that you love. Also, keep those service dogs in mind. That is not going away. That's something that's it's really helping, and I think it's a wonderful thing. I even thought about training them, but I don't know that um, I'm the best one for that job. But the service dogs are still doing quite well, and also there have been those soldiers that have served in Iraq and Afghanistan that are suffering from pulmonary disease by something known. I'm sure they will all know called burn pits. I've been posting links on our live streams, but you can find it on YouTube. There's only one video about it, and the smoke from these burn pits is more than just toxic. Um, and that's something that they have to live with every day too. So if you have an American veteran that you love, um, please be sure that you are aware of this problem and help uh, alleviate some of their struggles with it. And I thank you very much for the American veterans serving for our country. I thank you and I praise you for your service. And I think it's just a wonderful thing for anyone to decide to serve their country, and taking into their hands and putting their lives into God's hands for us. And thank you very much. God bless America. All right. And some things that are in the news today. Uh, if you follow WD Livestream, I hope you do. Please like, sub, and subscribe to WD Livestream. We are live streaming so many things. Today we have Popo and Etna volcanoes who are erupting and spewing ash and clouds. If you've been watching, sometimes it can get a little exciting. Sometimes it may be after 12 o'clock at night. But it is kind of exciting. And Popo has been doing, if you watch it, there's some flashes of light. And some people will say, is it lightning or what? And I've asked other volcano watchers, and it could be the cameras adjusting to the different variations of light through the day. A lot of these cams are being streamed from Mexican governments. And so if you would drop in and see us, and if you want to chat, please chat. But if you don't, please just take a look at what we're streaming, because we're doing it 24/7. And we're not doing it for money. We're not getting paid. We're just wanting to provide some entertainment and some support if you need it from any of us who mod there. We're doing our best. And that's why I come out with this Kathy's Corner, is just to keep you filled in with some of the things that WD Livestream is doing, what we are up to, and the news for today. Personally, I watch earthquakes and volcanoes, and it's amazing to watch these seismometers. Um, but we'll get into that. Uh, Sakurajima volcano is also erupting. That's in Japan. Um, this volcano produces lightning with its eruptions. I've posted some links on our live stream, but please take a look at it. It is amazing the lightning that comes out around an eruption. This is the first time I've seen it, and it's very clear, and it's very evident to see. Um, Also, we are watching Brooks Falls Bears, and I also wanted to say that on the Hawaiian island, especially around is it Pahala? Hawaii is having earthquake swarms. They've had 21 today, and that's kind of unusual. But they've had 111 so far this month. Um, Today's was around a 2.7. It was very shallow, only 6.2 miles. Um, but this is also happening around a geothermal plant, and these geothermal plants are causing as just as much problem as fracking uh, places are. So please be aware of this. And if you're like me, if you have Google Earth or you try to look up some of these places, be aware of what's going on around you, because if there's a geothermal plant going on nearby, you will be experiencing a lot of earthquakes. That's what's happening in the Oklahoma area around the New Madrid. Uh, there is uh, there are several areas of swarming. We have swarming in Hawaii. We also have swarming still in California. We have swarming in Washington State around in the Puget Fault Zone or the Blanco Zone. We also have some swarming around the Mississippi area in and around Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri area. We may be seeing some more uplift on Yellowstone, also on Long Valley calderas. Um, and I would like, excuse me, I have allergies. I would like to make mention of the fact that we were thinking about going to Oroville today and live streaming Oroville, but I wanted to let you know that every day I check out the seismometer at Oroville. And the one at Oroville is on the dam in about the middle ways of the dam, kind of like Oroville, but excuse me, Shasta's seismometers is in a constant state of tremors. And if you've been keeping up with me, I am reporting that the three most dangerous volcanoes in the state of California is Shasta, Lassen, Mount Lassen, and Long Valley. And I watch these seismometers as much as I can. Shasta is in a constant state of tremors. It is all the time very active. Lassen's seismometer is just completely off the charts. It's you don't look for a little sign on a Lassen seismometer. You look to see if there's any white background left, and it is completely engulfed in colors of all the waves. Um, and it is still something that is very very active. There was a volcano video, I believe, by uh I think it was the Real Lord in Earth, I believe, that showed that a picture in the 1700s of Shasta and Lassen and some of the other places in the Northern California area was actually one huge mountainous volcano that has been broke down through the years into these other more pronounced mountainous areas like Mount Shasta and Mount Lassen. And then there's, I think it's Broken Mountain is part of them. There are several there in that vicinity. Um, Also, around the Caso Junction area, around Long Valley, those volcano areas have been woken up by the 7.0 earthquake around Ridgecrest, China Lake area. And we also are having swarms around Yellowstone. The reason I'm mentioning these swarms is that wherever you have swarms around volcanoes, that means that the magma chambers are very likely moving. The magma itself could be moving. If these hard plugs in these volcanoes get to moving and move around, that will make the eruption of the magma more pronounced. It will happen. And so it's something that we should all be very aware of. Um, there are volcanoes everywhere around the United States. There's one under Lake Superior, of all places, you know. Um, they are off every coast. They are running through America, except most of your flat farmland probably doesn't have a lot of it, but anything that has a mountainous area, even the Appalachian Mountains, or potential for a volcano. Anytime there's talk, if you watch Dabu777 on YouTube, he is showing us that there's definitely something happening with the core of the earth, that it is definitely heating up. A ground surface temperatures have been rising over the past year, especially this and the earthquakes and swarms of earthquakes are going to start this core magma chambers to start enlarging and opening up. Yellowstone is its magma chamber is still um, much larger than they ever thought that it was from the beginning. And so these areas are catching our attention. And you will see a lot of live streams, they are watching them 24/7. Um, Basically, we all want to be able to be the first ones to see something happen because social media can get the news out there quicker than the actual news channels. So that's what we're trying to do, is just keep you apprised of what's going on, and so that you would have the first available notice to um, to do whatever you have to do in preparation to um, for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones that might be in areas that could be um, affected by this. Also, I want to thank everybody for if you've been um, listening to me on my own channel. My personal channel is under my name, Kathy Taylor. I do a Bible reading every day, and I have been blessed to have 52 subscribers. 52. And they leave comments for me. I love it. I take prayer requests. And so today I've got some praise reports. Um, I have a chatter or a subscriber from WD Livestream called Boss Stang, and he has a cattle herd in around the Tennessee area, and he has quite a few head. And here lately, he's been having calves born, and I kind of mentioned to pray for him and his property because he's had some mother cows that they don't want to feed the baby cows after they're born. I don't know why this is. Um, I just can't imagine being born and um, coming out, and your first instinct is to nurse, and the mother doesn't want to nurse you, and they will actually deny their calf to nurse. They don't even want them to be around them. I mean, they will kick them or they will headbutt them. And so we just, he was just kind of sharing this information with me on his channel, Boss Stang. and he has some really good videos of the calves that's been born. Well, today I got good news that the one that was denying uh, a mother cow. I know there's another term for it, but I call it a mother cow. That is, she has a calf, but he was trying to introduce the one that was not being able to nurse to her so that it could nurse from her also. Well, you could imagine being a mother and trying to take on a strange calf to nurse. You know, it might not be a welcome thing, but he's been working with her. And today I got video of two calves nursing from her at the same time. And so this is great news because he was having to bottle feed a calf 2 gallons twice a day. I believe it's 2 gallons twice a day. Well, that's 4 gallons of milk. Well, if you've got more than just one calf that's needing bottle fed, well, that's a lot of time, and he still has to hold down a full time job. So we have been praying for him and praying for the cattle, and it seems like are working out well. Um, and if you would go to his channel because the videos from the last couple of days have been very entertaining, to say the least. He kind of threatened the mother cow with hanging from a meat hook if she didn't let the calf nurse from her. And the next thing I know, she's letting the calf nurse. So I don't know. Maybe she knew what that meant. Um, that's what happens to cattle. And please continue praying for the cattle farms across America. This time of year and with this heat is they can get very dehydrated and very sick. And I also noticed on YouTube that there has been another outbreak of mad cow disease. This is pretty serious too. It can infect meat. So far, not milk, but it can infect their meat. And if any of the spinal cord or brain tissue has been put in with the meat, you also can get mad cow disease, which it affects the brain. And so, this is something that you need to sort of be aware of. And but let's be in prayer about that. Uh, there is power in prayer, and a lot of things can be avoided if we would just ask God to help us. He can do all things, and nothing is impossible with Him. And He's quite capable of protecting and providing for us. Also, on my channel, I have had some people contact me, and this is a children's home called Bread of Life. They are located, I believe it is in India. There is a home there with 25 children. He has video of all the children and the home, and you can see what it is that they do and what they eat and how they're kept clean and how they're clothed. He is asking for help. Any kind of donations at all would be helpful to them. He has 25 children. Cost per month to keep those 25 children fed and clothed is $1,250. If you would like to donate anything or any part of that, that is the Bread of Life Children's Home. They do have a YouTube channel. He is putting out video as often as he can, and he is requesting help. They're in a very small house. He needs some land and a bigger house. And that's what his objective is. So if you have any means at all that you could share to this children's home, please be sure to look up Bread of Life Children's Home on YouTube. And there will be all the information, and you can contact him there yourself. I'll leave in comments in his video section. I also want to say hello to David Unmeant. He's one of my subscribers, and he always has a kind word to say to me, and you just don't know how much that blesses me, David, each and every day. Um, it is a blessing to see these regular subscribers come around and just to say hey or to see what's been going on or what we're live streaming. So David is one of those. So is Daryl K, Pamela, Sandy Smith, um, so many more. I can't even remember them all. But thank you guys so much. You are such a blessing to me. All of my 52 subscribers, you are blessings to me. Connie G. Um, oh, there's just so many. Boss and B. Blood, Ivan Trowbridge. Just so many. Thank you so much for supporting me in what I call my ministry. Um, it may be small, but I'm looking for bigger things. I have run across a music group that could possibly be a worship team for me. I have been attending a church where the opportunities for teaching and or leading or volunteering has become more available to me. So to me, that's a praise report, and I thank God for that. And I'd also like for you to know that I pray for each and every one of you every day, and I think of you because I love you. And Jesus said um, that there were the commandments, but to Him, His commandments were for us to love one another, to love our neighbors, and to love our Father God with everything that we have. And I do that, and He has been very good to me. He is wonderful to me. And I also pray for my family and friends and neighbors every day. And a neighbor of mine had gotten in touch with me the other day and said that her husband had a spot of cancer on the skin that was going to be taken off, and that she too had had a diagnosis of an ovarian type cancer. And so we just decided, she asked for prayer. So I've been praying, and I got word today that she saw another doctor, and they confirmed that there's not anything cancerous there, that everything looks fine, and that she can do whatever she wants to and come back in a year. And so there is a lot of power in prayer. And if you would like for me to pray for you, please send an email to kathytaylor949 at yahoo.com, and I will pray for you. I am a prayer warrior. I intercede for people. Um, and I don't say it in a prideful way, but I say it in a boasting way. Like Paul said, I'm a fool for Christ. I mean, I am just beside myself for Jesus. And even in the book of James, it says that the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. And righteousness is a gift from God. And I have been gifted with the gift from God. And so I find it a pleasure to pray for other people. And to me, it's an adventure to see if that prayer gets answered or not. Uh, I like it. I like to pray for someone and that prayer get answered. It reaffirms my faith, and it makes me want to pray more for other people. So please, if you have a need of any kind, um, you can come by WD Livestream chat rooms. I'm a moderator there. You can let me know there, or if you want to privately submit it to kathytaylor949 at yahoo.com, or if you want to leave a comment on one of my videos on my channel, Kathy Taylor, you may do so. And I welcome that. And other than that, I think we're getting down to this. There has been an outbreak or very noticeable of acid rains in the state of Hawaii, also in the state of Michigan around the Great Lakes area, and across the continent of Africa, where the Amazon rainforest is on fire. We need to be remembering these people that are anywhere near that. Um, so it seems like nowadays that we all have to be concerned about our air quality and as well our water quality. If you have not been appraised about it, There was a steel plant that dumped cyanide into the Indiana Dune Beach area. That area has had to close down all ramps and all boat accesses. No one can even get into the water. Um, as I have not heard if how they have been penalized, but there is cyanide and in the waters, and it could even affect the Great Lake areas. And we, if those lakes were to be contaminated like that, it could be detrimental. I'm sure that the water companies do the best they can, but this is something that you should know about. And I think that pretty well is covered most of the things that I wanted to talk with you about today. And before I close, and this is not, I didn't leave it for the last for because it's not worth mentioning in the beginning. One of our subscribers, Robert Agill, has lost his beloved wife to a fight of cancer. She passed away on August the 9th. There is a video on his channel about this, but he and their loved dog Capone, which is a pit bull, he is so cute. Are missing her greatly, and he has a video there. It has Rest Easy. Um, that's Robert Agill's channel on YouTube, and I'm kind of wanting to think her name was Lisa, but it says Rest Easy, my Lisa, or my wife, or my love. I just remembered the Rest Easy. I have posted it on our links. Please be praying for him and Capone and the family and friends. Um, she lost her struggle with cancer August 9th, and please remember him in your prayers. We thank a lot of our subscribers at WD Livestream, and this is one that he would appreciate your prayers because he did put out a video on it today and passed it along to us, and I'm passing along the information to you. Um, if you've ever lost a spouse or a parent or a child, you know what he's going through. He's basically kind of lost right now. So if you would, let's all kind of pick him up with our prayers and help him to go on with his life. And Robert, my name is Kathy Taylor, and I know that we've never had the pleasure of meeting face to face, but I did see you on YouTube today while you were sitting on the beach with Capone. And yesterday, my Bible reading was from Matthew 5, verse 4. And I want to share that with you, Robert and Capone. Um, Robert said that Capone sat by the door for a long time, just about every day, waiting for his mother. So, Robert, I would like to share with you Matthew 5, 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And trust me, you will be comforted. You may not know when that day is going to come when it doesn't hurt anymore, but each and every day, if you would, just keep telling yourself, one day this is going to end, or it's not going to hurt as much as it does today. Please forgive me. Moreover, I've lost my immediate family, my mom and dad, and my brothers and sisters, and it's just me. And I understand how you feel, but you are loved, and your name has been spoken today, and you're being prayed for. So you and Capone, you just keep that chin up and be strong, and keep the faith in God, because without Him we can do nothing. So please, I will continue to remember you in my prayers. And so, Robert, from me to you, God bless you, and may you understand and know the peace that passeth all understanding. And that's what I'm going to be praying for you, that you will be comforted in these days after the loss of your wife. Okay. Thank you. I didn't mean to cry. I didn't think I was going to, but I know how it is. All right, that's it, guys. If you would. Oh, I'm going out to hear Jesse Duplantis preach tonight. He is a Louisiana pastor, and the church that I've been attending has invited him out. He comes once a year, and this is his time to come back. So tonight around 6:30, he's the services for that's going to begin. I would live stream it if I can get a connection. But I'm looking forward to that, and I'll be remembering each and every one of you in my prayers. And we may say, please like, share, and subscribe. And I referred to Robert as being one of our subscribers, but actually, you're one of our family. The channel owners and myself and the mods, we look at our people as our family. So please um, feel free to mention our name and to know that we care very much about you. And if you would just let us into your heart and into your homes, that's all we care about. All right. Well, I've been on about 40 minutes, and so it's time to go on. No one's come in to chat or to talk, so I hope that you guys will just watch this at your convenient time, at your leisure time. And once again, you are so loved, each and every one of you. And we do this for you. Trust me, we do. We do this for you. And so the best thing you can do for us is to watch and to share it and just enjoy what we're bringing to you. And I hope you enjoyed the content that we're streaming for you. Okay, well, that's Kathy's Corner for today. I've got to get ready to go to church and hear the Cajun preacher that rides motorcycles, Jesse Duplantis. And hopefully you guys will catch him on YouTube or on TBN. And that's it. I want to put a shout out to Newfie and Catching Bass. Um, they are two of the most wonderful men who have given me the opportunity to do great things. And I hope that with them we'll be doing greatness together in the future. All right. You guys stay safe. Um, and may you know the peace of God and the blessings that He gives each and every day just because He loves us. All right. You guys have a good one. Bye.